lot more big plays than you've been having this season. Was that the result of just better athletes, or was something going on schematically, or what was the difference today, you think?
Man, I think it was just our guys continuing to take a step, learning how to compete. You know, the first big run we had today was a big-time effort play by our outside receiver, Brendan Thompson, on the left side. He goes all the way into to get the field safety, and Barnes did a great job of making the corner miss. You know, that's how you draw it up, and our guys executed it, finishes. Bauer Sharp finished on the block, pulled on the counter, and finished. And I think you just see our offense just getting a little bit better every single day, every single week, and that's exactly what I asked for, and they played with great effort tonight, man. They competed their butts off and could not be more proud of them.
Joe Jon, you were able to get some chunk plays. You were able to get some explosive plays. Talk about that today and how much that just opens things up for you.
Well, it's fun, especially when those come on run plays. You know what I mean? It's easy to sit up there and pick a run and know those guys are going to execute it. But again, just like I said, just finishing blocks and playing for each other, man. I was so proud of how they played for each other. When they didn't have the ball, they were trying to get blocks and finish blocks, and that's what, you know, I watched a couple plays with them last week of, you know, the last touchdown before the half, you know, and just how excited everybody was. Coach V was acting like a crazy man on the sideline, and I was like, dude, this is why you play the game. This is why you do all the hours. This is why you work all the hours during the week, off season, weight room, study, and I said you can't duplicate that feeling ever when you get done playing football. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, you can't get that feeling back. That's why me and Coach Beatonbow, Coach Jones, Coach DeMarco Murray, we're still in it because we're chasing that feeling. And I'm so happy for them to have that feeling, and hopefully we continue to build on this.
Tight end got a touchdown too.
Yeah, Caden Helms, man, what a great story. Came back, had a really hard injury, and fought back for over a year and a half, 2 years, and man, just worked his butt. Put his head down, went to work, and it was a great story. Got a little emotional in the box just because I know how hard he's worked, and every time he couldn't practice, he's on a dang scooter and he's in there catching jugs for 2 years, and for that to pay off for him, and he caught it on a tip ball, so all those jugs paid off. Just extremely happy for him.
Just 2 weeks in a row, Javante's really been productive for you guys. Is that something that you feel like you guys can hang your hat on and maybe build on offensively?
Absolutely, man. It always starts with the run with us, and as you saw today, whenever you can do that, some different things open up for you. But extremely proud of Javante because he's finally healthy and able to show what he can do. And like I said, man, just when you got 10 other guys on the field playing at a high level, extremely hard, playing for each other, and Brendan Thompson going to block the field safety all the way from the field numbers, and then Javante did his job. He made the one guy that wasn't blocked miss, and you just see the steps. Hopefully, just continue to take those little steps, 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 rep at a time, and let's see where we're at after that.
Can you talk about that 90-yard touchdown pass?
Man, you get what you emphasize, and this week, you know, we did scramble drill. I'm like, man, this is big. Both of our guys can get out and run around, and JJ did exactly what we worked. And I just saw him in the hallway. I was so happy for him. He's laughing. I was like, man, that's why we do it, man. That's exactly why we do it. It's a great play by the quarterback, Jackson, and I was just so happy he got in. It seemed like it was like 10 seconds he was running, but he got in, and man, he's another one of those guys that extremely happy for. He's been there every single day at practice, from spring ball to fall camp. He's battled through some injuries, and very proud of him and happy that he could have the success that he did today because he puts the work in and fights for his brothers every single day.
We never really got to this with Brent, but what's your sense of Missouri's likely a more difficult opponent than this one? What's translatable? How are you a better team next week having had today?
Man, you just get a little bit better at everything that you do. You know, we ran the ball very well today, and you have to be able to do that in this conference. That's going to help you do everything else better. And we got some young old linemen that fought their tails off and rotated, but we've got to continue to find ways to run the ball. And when you do that, you're gonna have a chance to win in this league.
Joe Jon, what's been maybe the biggest adjustment for you as you've transitioned into this role?
I would say probably just time management. You know, just trying to be efficient with with making decisions and what we're doing offensively. And then, man, the biggest thing for me is getting these guys to buy in and play hard. You know, just compete. And I tell them, you know, when you were 10, 12 years old, you're playing in the backyard. Do you ever remember thinking about being tired? No, because you're just having fun. And so, how do you have that feeling? You got to prepare every single day, every single week, so that when you step on that field, you're not thinking about what to do or how to do it. It's just I'm going out there and playing, trying to beat the guy in front of me. And that's what they've bought in, man. They've bought in. And this is not about me at all. This is about a group of guys that keeps continuing to fight and following their coaches. I can't be more proud of them.
Joe Jon, it's another week where you had another offensive line and you had a lot of young players this time, freshmen and things like that. How did you feel like those guys did, and what was it like calling your game with those guys in the game?
Man, it was a lot of fun. You know, I was happy to. I mean, you rush for 381 yards, you're going to be happy. But again, I keep going back. I've only asked them for two things: take care of the ball, right? Like your life depends upon it, and then compete harder than anybody on the football field. And if they do those two things, I don't care what the scoreboard says. I'm going to walk out there with my head held high. You know, and that's the scoreboard's going to take care of itself whenever you do those things. I don't care if you're a first-year freshman or a fifth-year senior. And those guys have put the work in, proud of them, and now it's time to take that next step.
What did it mean to you, that last touchdown drive? I think you had all freshmen or redshirt freshmen on the field. That last drive, what that mean to you as a coach?
Man, it was a lot of fun because you see these guys, they walk in here on Tuesday and they know it's about to be a hard practice. They got their head down. They're like, man, I don't know what I got myself into. But when they get a little taste of that right there in front of the crowd, man, they're going to come in this Tuesday. They're going to have a little bit more pep in their step, and that's a great, man. That X scoring right there, hometown boy, that was big time. I was proud of him, and he's put the work in, and he's in here at 5 o'clock every morning. And you wouldn't believe that, but he's in here in the hot tub, getting the work in, lifting. He lifts twice a day with Smitty, and I was happy to see him get in.
Joe Jon, given the way you guys use tempo, how do you feel about the SEC clamping down on those fake injuries that try to slow down the offense?
No comment. No, I'm just kidding. It's just part of the game. You know, it's part of the game, and that's why you got to be able to mix up your tempos. You can still apply tempo and apply pressure to defenses without going extremely fast. You know, you see us mix up the huddles and find different ways to hard count people and just try to keep them off balance and keep our guys with the advantage of knowing when the ball's going to be snapped and what we're going to do with it.